There is someone thinking about you right now, and the silence between you two is deafening. But I need you to know immediately, this situation is far more complex than it appears on the surface. Right now, there is a massive contrast between what they are showing you, which might be absolute indifference, silence, or coldness, and what is actually keeping them awake at night. The facade they're putting up is incredibly heavy. Behind closed doors, the intensity of their memories of you is almost overwhelming. They are trying hard to project an image of moving on, but a profound magnetic pull continuously draws their thoughts back to you. Welcome back to my channel. Before we dive into the depths of this energy, I want to gently remind you that this is a general reading. Take what resonates with your specific journey and easily leave the rest behind. Trust your own intuition above all else. Let's begin. As I tap into this energy, the very first thing that hits me is this overwhelming sense of a carefully constructed wall. Someone in your orbit, perhaps someone you have completely backed away from, or someone who abruptly stepped back from you, is fighting a very quiet, very invisible battle. You wouldn't know it by looking at their social media or the way they carry themselves around mutual friends. In fact, if you were to just look at their external actions, you would easily assume they have forgotten about you entirely. But that is the grand illusion here. There is a deep, almost aching unspoken feeling brewing just beneath the surface of their daily life. I am seeing hidden thoughts, moments where this person is going about their normal routine, driving, making coffee, staring out a window, and suddenly the memory of your voice just floods their system. It catches them entirely off guard. They are actively trying to suppress this, pretending everything is perfectly fine, but something significant is happening behind the scenes. This person is constantly checking on you in energetic ways, replaying past conversations, dissecting every word said between you two. They are wearing a very thick mask of detachment. It's almost as if they believe that by acting like they don't care, they can somehow trick their own heart into actually not caring. But the exact opposite is happening. The more they try to push the thought of you away, the more intensely you occupy their mental real estate. You are the elephant in the room of their mind. They are desperately trying to maintain control over an emotional undercurrent that is rapidly becoming too strong to manage in secret. And the fascinating part is, you might be sitting there completely unaware of the storm they are privately navigating. Let's start unfolding this story through the cards. As the first piece of this puzzle reveals itself, I am immediately seeing the energy of the Seven of Swords, but it doesn't feel malicious. It feels defensive. I'm seeing a scene where someone is tiptoeing away from a situation, clutching their pride, desperately trying not to make a sound or show their hand. This is the mask I was talking about. This person felt incredibly vulnerable with you, perhaps more exposed than they have felt in a very long time, and their immediate survival instinct was to throw on an armor of indifference. They are acting aloof, perhaps they ghosted, maybe they gave you very short, cold responses, but as they walk away in the scene, they keep looking back over their shoulder. They aren't leaving because they don't care, they are leaving because they are terrified of what caring actually means for them. Right next to this, the Five of Cups energy bleeds into the reading, and the atmosphere shifts drastically. Now the scene transitions from a public display of confidence to a very private, dimly lit room. I'm seeing this person sitting entirely alone, staring deeply into the past. There is a profound sense of mourning here, an emotional buildup that is heavy and sorrowful. They are looking at the cups that have spilled over, the arguments, the misunderstandings, the missed opportunities with you, and they are consumed by a quiet grief. They miss you deeply. The way you laughed, the way you understood them when no one else did, the absolute comfort of your presence, it's hitting them in waves. They are surrounded by the ghosts of your shared memories, replaying the highlight reel of your connection when things were good, when things felt magical. But notice how they are completely wrapped in a black cloak in this imagery. They are hiding their sorrow. They are actively refusing to turn around and look at the remaining cups, to look at the potential that still exists. This is their stubbornness, this is the hesitation. They are stuck in a loop of thinking, I ruined this, or it's too late now, or if I reach out they will reject me. The emotional tension here is staggering. Every time their phone buzzes, there is a split second where their heart leaps, hoping it's your name on the screen, followed by a heavy sinking feeling when it's not. And then the hermit steps into the narrative. This tells me that this person has completely withdrawn, not just from you, but in many ways from themselves. I'm seeing them wandering through a dark, quiet forest with only a small lantern to guide them. This isn't just about ignoring you. This is a profound period of soul-searching that they were forced into by the sheer weight of your absence. Your silence, your absence from their life, has triggered a massive internal reflection. They are out in the cold holding that lantern up, finally forced to look at their own shadows, their own fears of intimacy, and their own self-sabotaging behaviors. They are asking themselves the hard questions now. Why did I let them go? Why do I push away the people who actually care about me? This period of isolation is deeply uncomfortable for them, but it is entirely necessary. The story playing out in these cards is not one of a callous individual who has forgotten you. It is a story of someone who is deeply haunted by your absence and entirely paralyzed by their own emotional depths. To truly understand this dynamic, we need to look closely at the contrasting characters playing out in this connection. Let's talk about this person from your past, or perhaps someone you are currently dealing with who is pulled away. Their energy is remarkably quiet right now, almost completely shut down externally, but internally they are a storm of regret and overthinking. This is someone who operates heavily from a place of logic or self-protection. When faced with deep emotional intensity, their default setting is to retreat, to analyze, to build a fortress. They are incredibly guarded, carrying unresolved baggage from their history that makes them deeply suspicious of genuine love or unconditional care. They didn't know how to handle the warmth you provided, so their immediate reaction was to drop the temperature to freezing. Then we have another energy here, representing the intensely curious energy you are attracting from the world around you. This energy is bold, expressive, and fascinated by you. Where the past person is quiet and hesitant, this surrounding energy is eager to engage. It highlights the stark difference between someone paralyzed by their feelings and someone inspired by them. The universe is bringing contrasting experiences to show exactly what you deserve. You are dealing with the ghost of someone's fear on one hand and the vibrant possibility of new beginnings on the other. There is also an external energy influencing this past person. They are surrounded by superficial connections, throwing themselves into work or casual acquaintances just to drown out the silence of not having you. But these external influences only magnify the void you left behind. They sit in crowded rooms feeling entirely alone, realizing none of these people match the depth of understanding you brought to their life. It sparks a subtle jealousy when they realize you are out in the world, glowing and attracting others. They are watching from the sidelines, contrasting their shallow reality with the profound connection they shared with you. They thought they could easily replace your energy, but this stark contrast proves that what you had was incredibly rare. This creates a massive energetic divide between the two of you right now. You represent the expansive, healing, moving forward energy, while they are firmly anchored and looking backward. They see you as this bright presence they somehow fumbled. Their personality is one of containment, holding things back, but the energy around you is free-flowing and authentic. This difference is exactly why they are acting like they don't care. It is the only way they know how to survive the loss of your light. They are deeply stubborn, and their pride is a defining character trait that keeps them locked in this silent standoff. They would rather suffer in complete silence than admit they made a mistake in letting you slip through their fingers. Meanwhile, the new, vibrant characters entering your life are demonstrating that love and connection do not have to be a battlefield of hidden intentions. This sharp contrast is the defining element of your current emotional landscape. This brings us directly into the core conflict and the immense emotional tension resting heavily between you both. There is a vast, echoing distance here, not just physical distance, but a profound energetic gap that was created by miscommunication and mistiming. It feels like two ships passing in the night, where both captains were silently hoping the other would send up a flare. There is so much confusion wrapped up in this connection. You might be sitting there wondering what went wrong, questioning if any of it was real, while they are completely tangled in their own internal struggle, fighting a war between their head and their heart. What makes this tension so palpable is the fact that neither of you is saying what actually needs to be said. They are acting aloof, and in response, you have rightfully pulled back your energy to protect your own peace. This creates a standoff, a silent tug-of-war where the rope is completely invisible. They may not have been ready for the depth of what you offered. It is so easy to label someone as toxic, to simply say they were entirely wrong for you and walk away. But looking at these cards, it's clear it wasn't about malice, it was about capacity. They simply did not have the emotional capacity at that time to hold the love you were handing them. Their vessel was too small for the ocean you were pouring into it, so the conflict isn't necessarily that they didn't care for you. The conflict is their absolute terror of the vulnerability that caring requires. This mistiming is creating a haunting tension for them. They are painfully aware that the window of opportunity might be closing, or perhaps has already closed. They are caught in this agonizing limbo, wanting desperately to bridge the gap and reach out to you, but being entirely paralyzed by the fear that their previous coldness has ruined any chance they had. This internal struggle is consuming them. Every single day they wake up and negotiate with themselves, telling themselves they are fine without you, only to go to sleep with you heavily on their mind. Realizing the distance they created is the exact thing causing them so much pain. This friction between what they show the world and what they actually feel inside is exhausting them. They are essentially fighting their own intuition, resisting the magnetic pull that keeps dragging their spirit back to your doorstep. The silence isn't empty. It is incredibly loud, filled with all the apologies, confessions, and truths they are too fearful to speak into existence. Now let's shift the focus to the most important energy in this reading, you. As I look at how you are showing up in this spread, the transformation is truly breathtaking. You seem to be stepping into an incredibly powerful, deeply rooted, and much stronger version of yourself. I am seeing the energy of someone who has finally decided to put down a very heavy burden. You have stopped waiting by the phone. You have stopped trying to decipher mixed signals or translate silence into love. You are choosing yourself, and that shift in your energetic signature is nothing short of magnetic. You are embodying a profound sense of independence and soaring self-worth. There was a time when this situation may have broken you, when their coldness made you question your own value, but that time has definitively passed. You are evolving at a rapid pace. You are pouring all that beautiful, nurturing energy that you once gave to them directly back into your own life, your own goals, and your own healing. And because you are becoming more aligned with your true, authentic self, you are naturally attracting attention from all directions. People are noticing your glow. The universe is responding to this elevated frequency by bringing new opportunities, new connections, and new blessings into your path. You have realized that you do not need to perform for anyone's affection. You do not need to beg for basic communication. This newfound self-respect is a massive energetic boundary that you have unconsciously erected. And ironically, it is exactly this withdrawal of your attention that is driving the other person crazy. By simply existing in your power, by letting go of the need to control the outcome with them, you have shifted the entire dynamic. You are no longer the seeker, you have become the prize. You are standing firm in your truth, completely unbothered by their games, and it is this exact display of radiant, unshakable confidence that highlights exactly what they are missing out on. You are walking entirely in your own light now, refusing to be dimmed by someone else's inability to see your worth. This level of self-mastery is gorgeous to witness. It shows that the pain of the past didn't harden your heart. It simply made you incredibly wise about who deserves access to your beautiful energy moving forward. Because of this massive shift in your energy, we are now entering a very intense cycle in the story. Let me be very clear, they are thinking about you constantly. The loop of memories is playing on repeat in their mind, but something monumental is shifting right now. The Page of Cups is emerging from the shadows of the Hermit, indicating that their emotional containment is starting to crack under the pressure. The act of pretending not to care is becoming physically and mentally unsustainable for them. They are reaching a breaking point where the pain of missing you is finally beginning to outweigh the fear of rejection. We are building rapidly toward a moment of profound realization. I am seeing the Eight of Wands flying into the reading, bringing a sudden, undeniable rush of momentum. This isn't a slow, gradual awakening. This is an abrupt snapping of the tension. They are waking up to the reality that their pride is keeping them entirely isolated, and their silence hasn't protected them at all. It has only prolonged their suffering. The facade is crumbling. This energy is hurtling toward an emotional turning point. They are formulating the words, drafting the messages in their head, trying to figure out exactly how to bridge this terrifying gap they created. The days of them comfortably hiding behind their wall of indifference are numbered. The universe is cornering them, forcing them to look at the truth of their feelings without any distractions. The pressure cooker is whistling, and the intense desire to establish some form of communication is bubbling violently to the surface. They are realizing that if they don't do something soon, if they don't break this agonizing loop of silence, they are going to lose you to the beautiful new life you are actively building without them. As we look toward where this intense buildup of energy is heading, I want to be mindful of how we interpret these final messages. There is a strong possibility that this internal pressure will ultimately push them out of hiding. This could lead to a sudden reach out, a message out of the blue, or an unexpected encounter where the masks are finally dropped. The cards indicate a deep yearning for emotional resolution, a desperate need for them to finally clear the air and speak the truths they have been suppressing for so long. However, the beauty of this outcome lies not just in their potential return or communication, but in the clarity it brings to your life. Whether they step forward with a fully open heart or simply reach out to offer an apology that gives you the closure you never received. This situation is moving toward a profound emotional unblocking. This could lead to a completely new phase of understanding between the two of you, one that is built on honesty rather than avoidance. But more importantly, it represents a new phase for you. If they do come forward, you will be interacting with them from a completely different vantage point. You are no longer the person who is anxiously waiting for them to care. You are grounded, secure, and holding all the cards. The ultimate resolution here is about truth coming to light. It is about the universe ensuring that the hidden depths of this connection are finally acknowledged. Whether this potential communication leads to a renewed connection, or simply serves as the final, confirming chapter that allows you to confidently close the book. You are heading toward immense clarity. The fog is lifting. The unspoken words are preparing to be released, bringing a deep, satisfying peace to your spirit, knowing that your intuition about their true feelings was absolutely correct all along. As we navigate this complex web of hidden feelings and unspoken truths, my greatest guidance for you right now is to remember your own sovereignty. You always have the choice in how this story unfolds for you. If and when this energy tries to re-enter your physical reality, you are under absolutely no obligation to throw your doors wide open. Trust your intuition entirely. You have worked incredibly hard to cultivate this beautiful, peaceful garden within your own life, and you get to decide who is allowed to walk through those gates. Keep your awareness sharp. Do not let their potential confusion drag you back into a state of anxiety or waiting. Maintain this breathtaking standard of self-respect that you have built. If they approach, watch their actions closely, not just the romantic words they might finally find the courage to say. Your peace is your most valuable asset right now. Continue to nurture your own growth. Continue to focus on the opportunities flowing toward you, and let them be the one to do the heavy lifting if they want to earn a place in your transformed world. You are exactly where you are meant to be, and your only job right now is to stay deeply anchored in your own worth. To gently summarize this beautiful, complex reading, there is someone out there who is missing you with an intensity they never anticipated. Hiding behind a carefully constructed wall of indifference because they are entirely terrified of their own depths. But the masks are cracking, and the truth of their feelings is rapidly becoming too heavy to carry in silence. Whatever this is, and however it chooses to manifest in the physical world, it feels profoundly clear that you are moving into something far more aligned and beautiful. Things are unfolding exactly as they should, even in the quiet moments. You are safe, you are wildly loved by the universe, and you are stepping into a chapter of immense empowerment. Thank you so much for allowing me to read for you today and for sharing your beautiful energy with me. Take gentle care of yourself, keep shining that magnificent light of yours, and I will see you very soon in the next video.